Hi, folks. Hope you're having a good day. I wanted to do what I planned to be a somewhat short video today. It may turn out to be longer, who knows. And by the way, if you haven't watched that video I posted in the community this morning, the one on the Joe Rogan podcast with Dr. Phil, please watch it. I mean, it's a really scary situation that we're in right now. In fact, it's so scary. That's what I want to talk about in this video, along the lines of what was in that video. People, you need to take measures to protect your kids from deadly drugs. And when I say deadly, that's not just a cliche. I'm talking about actual life and death here, literally, life and death. Watch that video where Dr. Phil talks about a girl taking a quarter of a tablet that was laced with fentanyl to help her sleep because she was supposedly had tests the next day. She took a quarter of a tablet and she never woke up. Here's the real problem, people. Social media, which we didn't have when we were growing up. But social media has made it so easy for kids to purchase any kinds of drugs they want. All they have to do is get on an app, order what they want, pay for it, and it's a done deal. I mean, it's just like getting on there and ordering a coffee. But the problem with that is, as Dr. Phil says in his video, that 100%, okay, get that, 100% of the drugs that are sold on social media are fake. 100%. And many of them are laced with deadly fentanyl. There's one study that shows deaths from overdose, which include fentanyl poisoning. And they more than doubled from 2020 to 2021. And I would imagine the way things are going that it probably is tripled in 2022. It'll be interesting to see when those statistics come out how much it has increased to this year. And as I said, all pills sold on social media are fake, and about half of them are laced with lethal doses of fentanyl. And as I stated, and I can't stress this enough, I'm saying all drugs that are sold on social media are counterfeit. Regardless of what name may be on the pill and how real it looks, if it's sold on social media, it's fake. And most of it's laced with fentanyl, much of which are lethal doses of fentanyl. And it appears the most popular place the pills are sold are on Snapchat. It's sold on other platforms as well, but Snapchat seems to be the most prevalent. And I'll be honest with you, if I had a teenage child right now, I would forbid the child to even have Snapchat on their phone. It's dangerous, not only for the drug aspect, but other reasons as well. And your kids need to know that anything bought on Snapchat or any other social media could literally kill them. Just like that one girl that took only a quarter of a pill. This here is from the DEA. And they're talking about the social media drug trafficking threat. All right, and they say, what we know with the growth of social media and the proliferation of smartphones, a dangerous and deadly new drug threat has emerged. Criminal drug networks are abusing social media to expand their reach, create new markets, and target new clientele. This includes by selling deadly fake fentanyl and methamphetamine pills often to unsuspecting teenagers, young adults, and older Americans who think they are buying the real thing. No longer confined to street corners and the dark web, criminal drug networks are new in every home and school in America because of the internet apps out on smartphones. All right. And then they go on at the end of the article. It says where it's happening. It says DEA has directly connected social media drug sales to overdose deaths. DEA has found drug trafficking on internet apps nationwide across urban, suburban, and rural communities. In 2021, DEA has investigated more than 80 cases involving drug trafficking on internet apps. So social media drug trafficking impacts all age groups, but adolescents and young adults are particularly susceptible given their high rates of social media usage. All right. Now, the article goes on to say, how is this done? They advertise it. One-stop shop. Drug traffickers have turned smartphones into one-stop shop to market, sell, buy, and deliver deadly, fake prescription pills and other dangerous drugs. In just 3 steps, deadly drugs can be purchased and delivered to your home just like any other good or service. They advertise. Drug traffickers advertise on social media platforms like Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, TikTok, Twitter, and YouTube. These advertisements are in disappearing 24-hour stories and in posts, which are promptly posted and removed. Posts and stories are often accomplished by known code words and emojis that are used to market and sell illicit and deadly drugs on social media. Those code words and emojis are designed to evade detection by law enforcement and by the present algorithms used by social media platforms. All right. Now, here in a bit, I'm going to give you some ammunition, people. I'm going to show you the terms and the emojis that they use to advertise this. So if you see this, if you're going through the community posts and you see something like this, note who posted it. And we'll turn them in. All right. Step 2, connect. Prospective buyers contact drug traffickers on social media apps in response to their advertisements, either using direct messaging or by commenting on a post. Once contact is made, drug traffickers and potential buyers often move to an encrypted communications app like WhatsApp, Signal, and Telegram. I've noticed this with scammers. All right, I know this from personal experience that if a person's a scammer, what they want to do is get you as soon as possible off of whatever it is that you're on, and get you onto WhatsApp. Or I'm trying to think what the other one is with Google. Can't even think of it right now. Google, but you know what I mean. Okay, where was I? All right. Okay, once contact is made, drug traffickers and potential buyers often move to an encrypted communications app drug traffickers typically switch to these encrypted communications apps to arrange drug deals with prospective buyers. Okay, step 3 is they just pay for it. After a deal is made, drug traffickers request payment using one-click apps like Venmo, Zelle, Cash App, and Remitly. I've never even heard of that one. All right. So it's just like shopping on Amazon, or even easier, actually. You know, all they got to do is they find it, boom. They pay with their Cash App or whatever. It's easy. Parents. You really need to police what your kids do with their phones and computers. Seriously. They may not appreciate you being nosy, but if you're the one providing a roof over their head and you're their parent, they need to follow your rules. You need to be old school, just like my parents were, just like I would be. Now, look, your kids may be smart, and you may think, oh, my child would never do anything like that. I've heard that many times before. But given the right circumstances and the wrong people, kids can be influenced. They don't have the mental maturity, nor do they have the life experience to make the best possible decisions. Hell, there's a lot of adults that are too dumb to make the right decisions. So we should expect kids to. You know what I mean? Now, let's say that you responsible parents want to take a look at your kid's phone, which I would suggest, in fact, strongly suggest that you all do. What is it you're looking out for? I'm going to give you some ammunition here, people. Let's look at some information from the DEA regarding code emoticons or signals as to what is available. All right, here we go. See all these emoticons for marijuana, for heroin, for cocaine, for cough syrup, for MDMA, psilocybin or magic mushrooms, crystal meth. And let me say this. Fentanyl is the worst. Meth is probably number 2. Because with meth, it only takes one hit to be addicted. Just like fentanyl. All right, so you got crystal meth. You have Xanax. This one can be used to mean prescription pills, drugs in general, or oxycodone. And Percocet. Right, a plug, i.e. a drug dealer or someone who can hook you up with contraband. All right, there's emoticons that the person uses to show that they are a drug dealer. Smoking a joint, used to indicate a bong. Can mean high quality or being very intoxicated. It's a rocket. It's kind of small, hard to see, but it's a rocket. Gassed, right? It's a gas pump. Some of these emoticons are really small, so they're hard to really tell what they are. Gassed, i.e. intoxicated, can also refer to high-quality marijuana. Marijuana is also referred to as gas, as we'll see in a bit. All right, the fire, to blaze a joint, or to be lit, meaning intoxicated. All right, here's a cookie. A large amount of drugs. All right, now this is from a DEA document. Common emoji codes. We have Percocet and oxycodone, Xanax, Adderall. Okay, dealer advertising. All right, high potency, universal for drugs. I don't know why they take the Canadian maple leaf. If I was a Canadian, I'd be offended. Then the cookie for a large batch. Other drugs, meth, heroin, cocaine, MDMA and mollies, mushrooms, cough syrup, marijuana. It says this reference guide is intended to give parents, caregivers, educators, and other influencers a better sense of how emojis are being used in conjunction with illegal drugs. Fake prescription pills, commonly laced with deadly fentanyl and methamphetamine, are often sold on social media and e-commerce platforms, making them available to anyone with a smartphone. All right, common drug slang terms. A cartridge or a vaporizer. In other words, it's one of those cartridges they put in a vaporizer pen. Dabbing, a way to inhale concentrated cannabis oil by dropping some on a hot surface and letting it vaporize. Gas, another slang term for marijuana. Hulk, a 2 milligram generic benzodiazepine bar. Pen, vape for weed or tobacco, uses cartridges. Plug, we saw this already, a dealer. School bus, a 2 milligram Xanax bar. Special K, ketamine. Snow, cocaine. Of course, that one's been around forever. I remember even growing up. Excuse me. Even growing up, we used to call it snow. All right, what you can do. Stay vigilant and aware of the drug trafficking threats on smartphone apps. Know the dangers of counterfeit pills, their accessibility, availability, and increasing lethality. Message the message that one pill can kill. Visit dea.gov/onepill to learn more. And there's some good. I would suggest you do that because that's where I found a lot of this information that I'm giving you today. They got some really good literature on there. I would highly encourage all of you to go to that website and look at that. Look at what they have to offer because they have some really good information. All right. And I know that there are probably a lot of you who are hesitant to check your children's phones and monitor their activities. Don't be hesitant. Look, they may be upset with you, but they'll get over it. Plus, they'll thank you down the road when they're older, married, have kids of their own, and most importantly, still alive. Folks, we live in a completely different world than the one we grew up in. It's much more permissive, much less moralistic, and much more dangerous. Now, you have a choice. You can take charge of your kids and have them a little upset with you for a season, or you can ignore it and take the chance they could possibly end up dead. And listen, and don't be all pompous saying, my child would never do that. You don't know that. You do not know that. Many times perception is not reality. Listen, when I was a cop, do you know how many times I've heard a parent say, my child would never do that? And I'd have to answer, yeah, they would. I watched them do it. Yeah, so many times I heard parents, my child would never do that. Yeah, they would. I saw them do it. People, I'm trying to give you some ammunition here. In today's society, you need all the protection and ammunition you can get. Please, please, please load this information in your arsenal and use it when you need it. All right, folks, I hope this has been helpful. I hope you get some good use out of it, and you have a good rest of your day. Take care.